everybody, and welcome once again to the 99 Lives podcast. Joining us here today, my name is Chris, or Diz.
Paul, or Mega Retro Man.
Wes, and or Lance Icarus.
Silver! And Carissa.
All right.
We're boring. We're super boring, yeah!
Not by a long shot. All right. All right, well... today's been a very interesting day, because actually it's April Fool's Day today, which we'll get into a lot of those a little bit later. But, Paul, actually, I wanted to ask you real quick. So, how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was pretty good. Actually was able to get in a lot of gaming in. I know we had made mention of this in the first episode, but I wanted to kind of update everybody on where I'm at as far as the 1990 Nintendo World Championships. If you guys remember, on the first episode, I had mentioned that I had obtained a score of over 1.5 million. To this day, I am now at over 2.5 million.
Jesus
so
Christ, dude.
I am getting closer to my goal of 4.5 million and some change.
Dude, by this rate, you'll have it done by the end of May.
I don't know, dude. I haven't been able to break 2.5 since.
You went over 1 million in less than 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
You're a living, breathing turbo pad. You know that?
Some say it is so.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
You're
and we are
god dang mother effing turbo pad. I don't know how you do it. It's insanity. But
Practice.
Speaking of practice, you also picked up blazblue.
Yes. Last week, I picked up blazblue chrono phantasma, which is a game I've been waiting to have released in the States for well over a year and a half. Took you guys so fucking long. Anyways, so I did get to play it along with Diz and Wes.
Yep.
I kind of want to get your guys' opinion on it, what you guys experience with it. So far, I have noticed quite a few changes. For instance, I am a Jin user, Jin Kisaragi, and I've noticed a lot of his movesets have changed. A lot of it's been taken out, different motions, some stuff has been added, which most of it's pretty nice. Again, and Valkenhayn Helsing, who is my secondary character on a stylish setting, I've also noticed some changes in that, where combos into turning into a wolf because he's a beastkin is not as easy as it was on Continuum Shift Extend. There are 4 new characters that are currently coming along with the game, as well as an unlockable character and 2 DLC characters. You guys got to experience some of the new characters. What did you think?
Bullet. Or as the game calls it, Barret. It's so damn funny. I can't get over it.
I know, it's hilarious. Well, here, before we get into really that, honestly, Paul, can you give me a little bit more background of blazblue? I mean, we've played a little bit of it, playing just our fighting, because obviously it's a fighting game, for those who don't know already. But can you tell me a little bit about, more as to, this whole backstory? Because honestly, this whole,
Oh, there are so many different...
Well, don't go
there's
into
so many
details,
different stories for each character.
Like a generic, if you can summarize it in a small couple sentences, how would you describe it?
Oh gosh, let's see. Hazama, aka Yuki Terumi, who's again Yuki Terumi is a DLC character in this current game. Basically, he was the one that created the Black Beast that took over. Crap, what's that place called?
Well, here, without getting into too much detail...
Kagetsuchi, I think it is, the hierarchical city. Anyways, he was the one that summoned up this dark being to destroy everything. So the 6 heroes came about, which involved Hakumen, who was also a playable character, as well as Valkenhayn, plus a few other characters that you see in the game. Basically, God, there's really so many stories to the game that I couldn't... It would take me forever to actually...
That's fine. That's why I was saying, a generic thing. Something like, why are they fighting, for example? What, because, Mortal Kombat, it's obviously you've got a tournament that's going on. Street Fighter, same thing. Is that what's happening with these, or...? Well,
basically, some of the characters have special weapons, which are considered Nox Noctoris. Anyways, Ragna, the Blood Edge, who's basically the Ryu of the game.
Okay.
Jin Kisaragi, who is basically the Ken of the game. And then there's Noel Vermillion. Basically, those are the three, in my opinion, the three primary story characters in the game.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there's always the side characters have their own stories too, which will.
Well, yeah, that's an entirely different story.
But anyway, so there's a Black Beast, bad deal.
The Nox Nocturuses and Grimoires basically take over a user.
Okay.
Like Jin, he has a sword, the Yukianasa, which basically makes him go batshit crazy.
Okay.
And
yeah, we saw that in the arcade mode. They mentioned that.
Yeah, and from what we saw on this game, it's not as bad so far compared to Continuum Shift Extend, where it's blatantly noticeable. It is so obvious that he's just like, oh my god, brother, you're gonna die now. I'm gonna kill you now, brother. Whereas this one, they kind of toned it down.
Okay.
That I noticed.
All right, so we've got these things, weapons, whatever you want to call them.
Nox Nocturus.
The Nox Nocturus that are basically taking over their minds and making them, go batshit crazy and fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
They had a mode on there that tried to explain all this, but, it took like an hour and was boring as shit.
Yeah.
That's why
I didn't get any of this out of that.
Yeah. Well, the problem with that mode is the problem with blazblue in general that I've seen and what's kept me out of the games is that anytime they do a story thing, it takes forever to get back to the fighting. None of it's told in the fight.
Forever.
There's entire points of the There's entire parts of the recap that have nothing to do with the recap. It's just characters talking to each other about that they're hungry. It's the worst storytelling.
Oh god, what was it which version of BlazBlue did we play that one time that had
the ghost ship?
It was the ghost ship.
Even hitting A as hard as we could, we only got like 10. It took like 10 minutes to get through the whole stupid scene, and it meant nothing.
I want to say that was the original Continuum Shift.
Oh, that was
because I didn't see that scene in Extend.
Yeah. Well, all right. So story aside, that means okay. So we got at least some backstory that there's this with this game now. With the characters, I mean, the fighting, the way that it's designed. I mean, I've loved the design of the game for a long time, and it's very similar to Guilty Gear with
it's made by the same people. Arc System Works, Axis.
Mm-hmm.
Again, as you said, they're the same people that made Guilty Gear, and I played Guilty Gear first, and when this came out, I kind of took a lot, kind of an immediate liking to it, and then it is different than Guilty Gear. It seems a little more slower paced, but that's okay.
Yeah,
it's actually very nice, and I know they've got a lot of other games, Arc System Works and Axis, that they're working on that they'll probably never release in the U.S., but that's besides the point.
Yeah, well, I mean, that always happens with Japanese developers.
Well, with our Axis, I mean, I love their Guilty Gear series. That was so much fun to play, and it's stories that, even though they have longer cutscenes, they're not nearly as long, and they go from fight to fight.
Yeah,
they're just there to set up the fight.
Yeah, they're most of their stories told in the fights more than it is outside of, which is what's really nice the way they set up with Guilty Gear. And then the other thing, too, is also with Guilty Gear, in comparison, from what I've noticed, is that the story is a lot simpler. It is, there's the complications that can be put in there with relationships and who knows who and why, but that stuff's always in any kind of thing that you look into. I mean, heck, even Mortal Kombat has crap like that, and Street Fighter, same thing. But when you actually look at just the, overall base story, you look at Guilty Gear, and it's like, okay, what's the premise? It's a war between these, peoples and the gears. And the gears are, basically either cybernetically enhanced, alien, whatever you want to call them, kind of technological creatures and beings that are so much more powerful, but yet then there's these amazing fighters that can keep up with them.
I mean, hell, my favorite character, Jam, in Guilty Gear X, her entire goal is that her restaurant burned down, she's gonna kick everyone's ass until she gets some answers. Simplest goal I've ever seen.
Yeah, simple characters, and there are those too. So, with BlazBlue, I mean, from what I saw, the characters that are on there, especially like the new ones, I love some of those characters. It's really hard to kind of piece together their story from just like the little bit we played. But
we didn't get into great detail as far as the new characters.
Yeah,
we can't.
Well, except for Izayoi. That's really the only one we actually, and that I knew about previous to this game.
Right, you
explained. That Izuyoi was originally I want to say a Nox Nectaurus that Tsubaki Yayoi had. And basically what it did was it turned light to darkness every time, or the more she used it. And eventually Izuyoi became its own being, which took over Tsubaki's body.
So, overall, because I have no idea, I've never played BlazBlue, never really heard of it until you kind of trotted along with the game.
Like I do.
Well, it's fine.
Nothing wrong with that.
In general, what would you rate this game, like, on a score?
Like, just first impression-wise.
Honestly, I'm enjoying it so far. You know, the little I've played of it, but I'm actually very much enjoying it. It's hard to give it a rate right now because I haven't played it. You know, give it a full in-depth playthrough. There's so many things I got to go through. You know, Abyss mode, Story mode, Unlimited Mars mode, which will probably be a
well. You
pain
played a few
in the ass,
You played a few matches, man. Like
Yeah.
what? Like,
Yeah.
how's the feel? How's the?
It feels great. It feels just like I was, you know, playing Continuum Shift Extend minus a few different special moves that they took out.
Okay.
All right,
That's
yeah.
not bad at
But
all. I mean,
I enjoy the game, but that's coming from a Guilty Gear BlazBlue fan.
right.
True.
And then
Well,
for
I
my-
enjoyed it too myself.
Yeah, and for myself, I mean, I have had a decent background in a few fighting games. I played a crap ton of Guilty Gear and like I said, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, ones like that. So I've been around a bit, but I'm not nearly as fanatical as you are, of course. But I mean, even for myself going into it, I've never played any of the other ones before, except for just like the little bit that we played of Continuum Shift, and and from what I can tell, just even off here, I'd have to say I could say really it's definitely at least between a 7 or 8 out of 10. I mean, just if I give it any number, I mean, it's got a decent, right off the bat, easy to feel gameplay. You can get into it. The graphics are amazing. I love the 3D elements of the levels. I mean,
that was another thing I wanted to mention was the visuals.
Yeah, the visuals are gorgeous.
The visuals are beautiful. New astral visuals, new overdrive visuals. Just oh my gosh, they're just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, some of the astrals were amazing. Wes, what was your? I mean, if you had any opinion on the astrals, you with some of the ones that you saw, they're basically the final attacks, as we just call them.
Finishers.
Limit breaks.
Yeah. Limit breaks. Yeah,
Yeah, they're basically
Yeah, that
little
works.
breaks. They're super cool. It's weird from like Guilty Gear where you just use them any time, and BlazBlue you have to wait till they're like under a certain amount of health. So it kind of screwed me up initially.
True.
But no, it was a
lot of conditions need to be met to make to be able to pull those off. But man, are they powerful!
well, they're match endings, so it
They're
makes
match
sense.
endings, yeah.
But no, they were so much fun to use.
And that's a little bit better than Mortal Kombat, too, especially this last one where you use the move so freaking often that it got boring.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. You're referring to their break system, I think the one we were talking about, where like they would break their bones and crack their ribs and crap like that. But
Yeah.
you could do that multiple times in a match.
And
It's
then
like,
you
oh
just get
Jesus
up.
Christ! How can he still be fighting after breaking his skull?
He just broke both his kneecaps. How is he standing?
Exactly.
Busted a rib, snapped his neck.
Didn't they do that same thing with, like, Injustice?
Sort of. Injustice. It
You
wasn't
can kind
as
of get away with that because of a superhero regeneration, like almost.
Yeah, almost.
It really wasn't in depth.
Yeah,
with
it wasn't
Injustice.
as bad. In Injustice, there was at least the idea that it wasn't bone shattering. It just felt that way with the sound effects, which was just gorgeous, by the way. But it wasn't actually.
Anyway,
Yeah. So with the new characters, Wes. I mean, you were saying that you really loved Bullet or Barrett.
Barrett. You can't pronounce the L's. I'm sorry.
That's
And
the Japanese
literally,
for ya.
well, literally
Well,
just
L's
says
don't-
Barrett.
Well, it's like the L's don't exist in
Right.
Japanese. Anytime an L is used in Japanese, it's replaced with an R. It makes sense, but when they translate it to English, come on, guys.
No, I loved using her, and I just love hearing her name. That's my guilty pleasure.
Real fast, kind of in the somewhat similar topic of that. There's beginning part to a show called Drawn Together. Are you guys familiar with
I
it?
hate that show.
Anyways, there's that little Pikachu type character on the show, right?
Yes.
Well, they were doing like a
Ling Ling?
Yeah,
Ling Ling.
Ling,
Oh
yes.
God, I hate.
Basically they were
It's in
doing
the
this
VeggieTales
little
episode.
they were doing this little game show, and I want to say it was a spelling bee, and it was Ling Ling's turn, and the host goes, "Okay, your word is L, R." So I laughed harder than I should have.
Kind of horrible person laugh.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like,
exactly.
racism.
That's funny.
Well, I had a boss who used to kind of pick on a foreign exchange student by having her keep saying Alaska over and over again, trying to work it into every conversation. Basically,
That's just
it's
mean.
so bad.
That's what my French teacher did. She literally would give the foreign exchange students all the words with R's in them just so she can hear them fucking up.
Oh,
She was a bitch.
yeah, damn.
That's horrible.
Speaking of bitchiness and being funny.
April Fool's Day, everybody.
Woo!
Oh God, yeah. Some of the April Fool's jokes that have been going on. Okay, here,
Mine,
you know
mine
what?
wasn't as bad this year, unlike last year.
All right, so what did
last
you-
year was god fucking awful.
I hate April Fool's Day. Because I fall for it every fucking time, except for yours, Paul. I saw through yours like freaking clear glass.
Well, yeah, so
Kinda
did everybody else.
Except for your parents, apparently.
Yeah,
You just-
my poor mom.
You only just switched your status. I mean, it wasn't like you put a big old post or anything.
Switch your
And
relationship
you have somebody to
status,
collaborate with that kind of thing.
Well, let's be fair. Even if I was to be in a relationship, who would be the first people to know? You guys?
Well, that too. So, like, everybody who knew you personally would know first just called bullcrap the minute they saw it on Facebook.
And well, about 90% of them did.
Yeah, well, I mean,
the other people that haven't been talking to me, as much as everybody else has, like you guys, they're just like, "Oh my God, who is it?" Her name is April. No. She's a giant fool.
Her name is blazblue.
yes, her name is Blue.
No, that came
Last
up
name
in your
Blue.
thing. So,
Oh, please, go on, Wes.
So-
tell the listeners what you told.
I haven't told you guys this, but okay. So it's slow at work, and I see the status on Paul's thing, and I'm like, no, that's totally bullcrap. I'm like the 10th comment on here, so I think
Sorry.
I say something along the lines of, yeah, he has a woman. Her name's blazblue. And,
I was going to say something about that. Something along the lines of, "Hey, I told you to keep that between us," but I didn't get there in time. And then I saw his next post.
Oh God.
But he started going on the thing about yeah, my three, me and my three bitches, Guilty Gear,
Mega Man and BlazBlue.
and blazblue, and I'm just like, I put it in quotes of, it's like, look, baby, my combos are always longer. I don't know what happened to me tonight. No, don't leave. Don't just stay. Tomorrow I'll air chug you like the naughty little game you are.
Wow.
I post that up, and like 2 minutes later. 2 minutes later, I get this call. I get a call from Paul, and I just hear this laughter on the other end. I'm like, "You saw my post?"
It's so sad, but it's so freaking true.
Yeah.
I like 30 seconds straight of this.
Oh God.
Oh, that made my day so much better reading that.
So it almost seems like
made my work day that much more enjoyable.
yeah, your freaking April Fool's Day joke got fooled right back at you.
Yeah, but my
Who cares?
Yeah, but Silver's on the other hand.
No, my work day was creepy as shit. Because I walk in and I'm like, oh, it's April Fool's, whatever. Thinking about pranking my roommate, whatever. Going to work, And the first thing I noticed on one of the office doors, there's like 5-6 pictures of JigSaw posted on there that says you want to play a game. Apparently, one of the pranks that somebody had done is they printed off a ton of pictures of JigSaw so that whenever people reach into their printers, they picked up pictures of JigSaw rather than what they printed. Oh no, didn't end there.
Game.
These two people also then proceeded to go around to every person's computer and put the creepiest goddamn picture up there. That it's a picture of JigSaw riding like this little bicycle with a black screen, and then it's just like on mine it said Silver, I want to play a game. And I almost fell out of my chair because my computer came out of sleep mode to that. Like 8:30 in the morning, I was not prepared.
No.
To make it even
You can't
better, they
prepare
then
for that.
flip the display so that I then have to crane my neck upside down to try and find the display function on my computer while looking at creepy-ass JigSaw staring at me. I'm like, oh god. So they did this to everybody. So then, after I fixed my computer, I then got the awesome time of going to everybody else's JigSaw-infected computers and doing the same to them.
Surprised you didn't throw your monitor out.
I might have. I was not prepared for JigSaw first thing this morning.
No, something like that.
No,
You can't
I'm sorry.
be.
I forgot the best
Wait.
parts. Not only did she lower my chair all the way to the ground, which is annoying when someone adjusts your chair, she also blacked out and put tape on the laser of the mouse so you couldn't actually do anything.
Oh,
Bravo.
man. Yeah, that's good.
Well, armed with her new unholy knowledge.
Oh yeah, no, not even that. I just started looking up revenge tactics. Well, quite a few things, came through my mind, like the cracked screen bit but unfortunately, it's all a dual monitor system, and so I couldn't figure out how to change each individual monitor or take screenshots of one monitor at a time and do that. So just I gotta practice this.
Yeah,
And I
that one takes some
was,
work.
if it wasn't for the fact I worked at a tax place and that forced restarting their computer might fuck up quite a few people's tax returns, I would have done to them what I did to my roommate. And what I ended up doing to my roommate is because he's moving out and I haven't been able to prank him, and so I did. So I replaced every image of Google Chrome that he has with another image that looks exactly like Google Chrome, but instead auto restarts the computer with the message, "Oh, sorry, Timmy, but it takes 30 tickets to live."
Oh god. So every single time he went to try to open Google Chrome, he'd click on that shortcut and instead it would shut his computer down.
And even better yet, then he went on to Firefox. I should have done it with Firefox too. But he went on to Firefox to look up and see why Google was doing this as if it was some sort of a virus.
Yeah, he thought Google was doing it too.
He thought at first it was a prank, April Fool's Day prank, and then from there thought it ended up, it's like, nope, not a prank, it must be a virus.
That's when it got funny. When he started blaming Google.
And then he started taking images. He was literally on his phone recording him troubleshooting his computer.
So, on his own phone, he has video of him getting pranked.
I didn't know about his own phone thing.
Oh,
That was
that is
hilarious.
That's
He actually
fantastic.
pulled his own phone out and started
Yeah,
recording.
and so Wes is behind him recording, and he has on video Ryan recording his computer.
Yes, I have video.
I want to see it.
He's just trying to analyze this, well, the fans are still working in some sort of a sleep mode.
I want to see that video. by the
I'm all
way.
telling him it's like, oh, it must be some 4chan prank or something like that. Oh, yeah. It sounds like right up their alley. Like, they're just egging him on.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was the best. I have video recording him troubleshooting.
Oh, God,
Oh,
that's
man.
funny.
April
You-
Fool's
you
Day.
know-
Okay, go ahead.
I hate April Fool's Day.
Real fast. I had a plan for this year's April Fool's Day. I just didn't think
Oh,
about
God.
it.
What?
I was gonna. I saw this last year. I was gonna take an air horn and put it under one of my coworkers' seats.
Oh,
Honk!
Damn.
Hey, if I remember it next year, I'm gonna do it.
But I know the front of your freaking thing. That would blow out a freaking window. Oh my god.
I'll do it next year.
But why do you hate April Fool's Day so much?
Just because I fall for everything.
She's gullible.
Yeah.
I'm not okay. I'm gullible to an extent. Your changed relationship status. I saw
everybody
that,
could
like,
see
crazy
through that
bad.
except a few people. But
However, our mutual friend Laura, I totally believe this because it sounds like something that she would do, and she's just like she posted up on Facebook, and I happened to be on Facebook when she posted it, and she said, "I'm done. I'm stressed out. I'm not going to SoccerCon this year because I don't have any of my stuff done for my booth, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I'm just done with it. I'm done." And I'm just like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Booth is expensive. What the heck shit's wrong with you? I totally took it as a legit thing because it sounded something like Laura would do. Like, just say, no, fuck it, I flip tables and be done. And she's like, I'm almost like, dude, if you need help, just ask. What do you need help with? I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to be a good friend.
That's so
and I
sweet.
get an instant message later going, thanks, heart, but April Fools. And I'm like, no, fuck you, Laura, fuck you. And she's just like, LOL, no, fuck you, no, fuck you, LOL, no, screw you, I hate you, you can suck a dick, fuck you. And then she's just like, are you really mad? And I'm like, April Fools.
Oh, burn.
Faking the anger. Always a good comeback. Always a good one.
Yeah. No, April Fool's has always been one of those weird days. Like, I avoid Wes like the plague because he loves pranking everybody. And so,
I try to hold off on it because my friends have stepped it up to a level where I'm not comfortable pranking them because I know they're going to get me back 3 times as hard.
I mean, like mine last year when
the quitting your job thing, or
no, I didn't quit. I got fired.
Oh, right,
Yes.
you getting fired one. Yeah,
That I posted. It was one of the most sincerest posts that I could ever make about me getting fired from my job. I had so many people saying, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. If there's anything you need, let me know. Let us know. We will help you out, etc., etc." Wes was damn near heartbroken that he heard about me losing my job. And then I started feeling bad because I was getting all these messages from people. And, well, I made a post saying, okay, guys, I gotta come clean. I'm very sorry, but that was an April Fool's joke. And that's when it started beginning. I want to say it started with Wes saying, "You son of a bitch! Don't you ever pull that crap on me again." I'm so mad at you right now.
No, I remember that. I was so pissed because you were talking about like for the past week how you're kind of like having troubles at work and there's transitional stuff and you weren't quite sure if you're going to
set you up good.
No, he set the whole thing up.
that was beautiful.
It was an unintentional setup, but it's just like, you know what, this works. With the crap that had been going on, within the week and other weeks beyond that, it's just like, this makes sense. Let's see what happens. And, well, I wound up getting a lot of people pissed at me. And, to this day, I'm still sorry.
As any good prank will.
Yeah, but, I was just flabbergasted that it got you specifically that good.
Well,
and
you set it
how
up
you were
throughout the
so
week.
pissed at me.
I was worried you might get fired through the week, so when you said it, I didn't question it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could have punched you through the internet...
Oh, dude, you didn't speak to me for like a day or two.
No,
you
I
wouldn't
didn't.
even let me explain myself.
No, screw that. You pissed me right off. No,
No, that's why I wanted to take it easy this year.
No, all you would have heard was the Facebook messenger, like, boop, boop, and you would have clicked on it, and a fist would have just come out through the screen, just decked your ass.
Chuck Norris's fist through the screen.
Well, freaking A.
Compliments of West Japan.
I'm pissed now, just thinking about it.
Sorry.
I'm pissed now. God dang it. Let's move on. Let's move on.
All
We are
right,
punching it
all
now.
right. So
To make up for last year.
Okay. So let's talk about the big thing here that we wanted to talk about.
Wait,
So
what about this?
Well, yeah. Well, I was going to say, continuing on what we were actually going to say about April Fool's Day. Continuing on there, I was going to mention, actually going to ask you guys. So, if anybody's been spending any time online, seeing what the website ones are, 'cause those are always my favorite.
I need to check out YouTube's. What is there to see?
YouTube's, oh my god. YouTube's prank is saying that all those trendy videos like Nyan Cat
If you want to look up
and
those,
like
No, I mean,
Oh, like I don't know. I don't know what all the fucking trendy videos are. I haven't looked them all up. But like all the videos of like people falling on trampolines and like one cat and like all of that stuff, they made
I can't
those.
laugh.
Like YouTube made them. YouTube has been making them for years, and you know they even show like behind the scenes of YouTube trying to make. Oh my god, it's funny.
Oh god.
I laugh about the trampoline, people falling off the trampoline. I laugh at that now, but at the same time, it's just
That
like
shit hurts.
Yeah,
no, it does. It has happened to me. It didn't feel good. I flew off that trampoline right on the 2.5, 3
man.
feet. Actually, no, more than that because it launched me off. So I at least got 6, 7 feet of air before I hit the ground.
Yeah.
Right on the back of my ribs. Man, that crap hurt.
I liked YouTube's one last year where they would like turn every YouTube video ever into a DVD and ship
Into
it
a
to your
DVD
house.
box
And
set
it's
of
like,
years and years of
like
box sets.
$2.5 billion and like they'd ship these videos to
I
your house.
remember that.
That was
that was a good
awesome.
one. Each year, there's always good ones. I mean, IGN always has some of my favorites, or at least had with like their IGN videos. Remember, they had the Legend of Zelda live-action trailer from like several years ago.
Yeah, but that was sexy.
Oh, that was sexy. But then the next year, they ended up doing Halo Bollywood.
Oh my god.
That was a good one.
What about the Mass Effect one, the cartoon?
Mass Effect cartoon, yeah.
Oh, that partridge one?
And
That was
then
good.
Blizzard. Blizzard's always one that always gets me with theirs, because not in the way that I always believe them, but because they're so damn funny. I want them to actually be real. Like for example, their what was it? I think it was 2 years ago. They had the Jared Kane GPS for Kane the Elder.
He goes in that long-winded story. It's like, you've missed your turn.
Like, turn left on Elder Street. My name is Elder. You know why they call me Elder? And it just goes on a rant for like an hour.
No.
I unironically want that,
I
though.
know.
I wouldn't because I use my GPS on a 5 days a week basis. That would drive me nuts.
Oh, it would be hilarious.
Which reminds
No, I'll
me,
turn on in your car and then leave.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, on
I hate
kind of
you.
a totally random note, but somewhat related about GPS devices, that when me and him were in California, me and Wes, we saw 47 Ronin, and we're trying to leave the theater, and that's when the GPS decided it was going to be suspenseful, because we had our 3 lanes, straight, left, right, and we have, like, less than 20 feet before it, and they go, turn right on. 5th Avenue, god damn it!
Oh.
Which, by the way, made the GPS more suspenseful than 47 Ronin.
Oh,
Wow, that's bad.
That movie-
is bad.
That movie was a lie.
But yeah, what was it? Speaking of Blizzard, though, or getting back to Blizzard, what's really awesome, I love theirs this year, although it seems to be a common thing for a few people, is making a making a Flappy Bird game. But I mentioned Bastion because Bastion actually made a Flappy Bird game as well. I looked up and I found out that apparently both companies decided to this year for April Fool's Day that they will make a Flappy Bird version of their game. So there's it was a Happy Demon or Happy Hunter, whatever it was for their
For Blizzard.
for Blizzard, and
Happy
it's
Reaper.
Happy Reaper. Thank you, Soul Reaper, right? So Happy Reaper, which is their literally a Flappy Bird version of their new expansion pack, and then Bastion made a video of theirs, which is Flying Bastion. Or Flappy Bastion is what they called it.
Oh my god.
I can't believe I did not know about a super giant prank. I need to get on this. As soon as this ends, I am so playing the hell out of that.
Yeah. Well, the Bastion one is a video, whereas what I really love about Blizzard, they flat out took Unity web player and actually made the Happy Reaper game, so you can actually go on their website and play it.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking awesome.
Oh my god, I want to play those things. Speaking of playing Easter eggs and stuff, the freaking Google one, the Pokemon Master.
Oh god, yes, the Pokemon Master.
Oh.
one.
I've never lost more time to a freaking April Fool's joke.
Oh, dude.
I was gonna say earlier that
That's going until tomorrow,
when we
isn't
got
it?
in
Yeah.
when we looked at the Ground Control arcade bar down in Portland, we found that Pokemon just out of the blue, right?
Yeah.
So I got bored during lunch, and I figured, you know what? I'm curious. I wonder if there's any other places. So I looked at here in Seattle, found 3.
Yeah.
I looked up in Alaska, found like 1 or 2, and around Anchorage. And then looked in Los Angeles, found a Jolteon.
Nice.
I caught an Eevee.
Yeah, right about a mile out from the Google headquarters, and yeah.
Of course, you know the GPS location of an Eevee.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
it's like a mile east. I forget. I love that.
I found a Dragonite somewhere too.
It's right next to the Google headquarters. That's the most common one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's like right on their head, like because what it is when you press when you hit the button to start the game, it takes you straight to the to Google headquarters.
Pokemon Labs.
So sorry, Pokemon Labs, which is Google headquarters
location
on the map. But then like down to the right, like on the screen, right next to Google Pokemon Labs is the Dragonite and I forget what else. And then I just like scouring that area over there. I found Eevee. I found a bunch of.
They got like 10 in that area.
Oh yeah, easily.
Okay.
Apparently on the web now there's like you can find the GPS coordinates for all of them. Like you can just find they have all of them found. Not surprising, the internet is amazing about that.
Oh. Anyway,
but yeah, and what was it? But with the April Fool's Day jokes, I think my favorite one though, like besides the Blizzard, my favorite one had to be the Titanfall Optimus Prime one.
Oh.
Okay, there's April Fool's jokes.
Convincing.
Oh, no, there's April Fool's jokes that are there's like 3 types. One's in bad taste,
right? Ones
that are entertaining, and ones that are kind of pissed don't exist.
Yes.
And Optimus Prime DLC is one I'm kind of pissed doesn't exist.
I want them to legitimately release that DLC of Optimus Prime.
I want to roll out.
Yes, Titans roll out.
And Megatron, of course.
Oh, cool.
Why do you take Soundwave?
Yeah, of course. Oh, Soundwave.
There you
Dude.
go.
Okay. All right. So, actually, you know what? That is actually a perfect little transition for what I actually wanted, what we were mentioning before. This podcast specifically was going to be our Emerald City Comic-Con edition podcast.
Woo!
Yeah, basically the Emerald City Comicon is a yearly deal that Seattle has, and it's one of the biggest conventions here in Seattle. Very famous. 4 of our members here actually got to attend. Guys, really, the stage is yours. Was there anything of big interest, anything new, your likes, dislikes there?
Well, actually,
talk to us.
Well, actually, the reason I mentioned Soundwave was the perfect transition over was actually because at Emerald City Comic Con, you'll find this really awesome. One of the booths, I forget which one particularly had it, but they had a giant ass statue of Soundwave as like their backdrop for their store.
Oh,
I saw that.
badass.
That was badass. Like they even had some other figures and stuff sitting on it, but the thing was like 8-10 feet tall somewhere in there. It was huge. It was awesome.
Oh, that's drool-worthy.
Oh, very much so.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Oh,
I love that
God.
Soundwave.
Oh yeah.
But what I love most about Emerald City, well, there's 2 things I really loved. One, they had a room called the Writer's Block, and as a writer, that's like freaking crack to me. And there was such good conversation. It was such good like high-minded conversation about what the role of the villain is in heroes. Like they had one about modern heroes, and they had things about how like in Greek culture the hero would basically be very strong-willed, brave, and have all the positive attributes, and just have one fatal flaw that drives the story. And when it progressed into Western culture, they kind of took that flaw out and put in another entity, which we call the villain, to help create the conflicts and things like that. And it was this awesome thing about putting that flaw back into the hero, because usually the villain is the most interesting part of the story. Because I love that kind of conversation. It's so tasty.
That is one of my favorite parts about going to convention like Emerald City is that they have so many great panelists there, so many great people that are just more than willing to talk.
And in all the panels, I've only heard Yaya Han mentioned once. So, it was a really good convention for me.
Yeah, I saw her.
I don't mind her being around. It just drives me freaking insane that every fucking cosplayer I know of is just like, I draw inspiration from Yaya Han. Why? You can't draw inspiration from yourself? Are you just not that interesting?
Everybody needs somebody to draw inspiration, to idolize, and so far she's one of the most successful cosplayers out there, other than those that are picked up to actually do special effects and makeup work for Hollywood.
Cosplay modeling, apparently that's a new thing.
It is now.
Wait, what?
Cosplay
Yeah,
modeling
that's
is a
what,
new
the
thing
only
now.
time Yaya Han was mentioned. He's like, I want to be like Yaya Han, get into cosplay modeling. What the fuck?
Well, there's actually, and actually especially since like with freaking cosplay heroes that had were filmed last year, everybody wants to like get involved in that now, and there's a reason why
Honestly,
at this year's booth this year, if you went around, there was at least 5 or 6 different cosplay professionals or cosplay models that were selling their work through booths at the convention, not including Yaya. I mean.
To be honest, though, I mean, that's not what cosplay is about. Cosplay is not about, who looks better in what costume, or, how many thousands of hours or whatever it took to do it, or how many thousands of dollars it took to make it, or buy it, or whatever. It's about having fun. And,
Absolutely.
it should just be about having fun because you want to dress up like a character that you really like. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it drives me crazy when people like Yaya Han, who are a self-proclaimed cosplay ambassador, which, no, fuck you, bitch. You and your fake tits can go the fuck away. I don't like those people because they go, oh, yeah, you have to look a certain way. You have to act a certain way. You have to be a certain body type to be able to be a cosplayer professionally. And it's like, no, fuck you. Cosplay is just for fun. That's why you get the man phase out there, which creep me the fuck out. Why you get,
but
like,
they are having fun.
But they're having fun.
And they're just as well known.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
so, yeah,
I found
Yaya
funny-
Han, you're just up there right with the man fae.
Ow, that hurts inside.
I kind of wish I would do a little more cosplay, just because, well, for one, I mean, I'm a big guy, and really the only character I have seen myself that could portray really well, and with the opinion of others too who agree, was Genma Saotome from Ranma Half, which isn't going to take much. It's a gray karate gi, a gray bandana, and a thing of round glasses. Easy,
right?
But that I mean, anybody can do that. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to go somewhere and just be like, look, I spent this much time on this, and here I am, and I'm enjoying being the character who I am, whether it's from an anime, from a video game, from anything else, a comic. I just want to go there and enjoy myself.
Fun.
Yeah.
Exactly,
It's actually
because that's
honestly,
the whole point of these conventions and dressing up, is to have fun and meet other people who are enthusiasts.
Actually, Diz and I have decided that we're going to look through and try and find, because friends of ours dressed up as Black Widow and Black Suit Spider-Man, and they were so adorable the entire freaking weekend.
And they had so much fun.
And they had so much fun doing it.
Was this
But-
a younger couple, or?
No, well,
it's
I think they're a little bit younger than us,
they're a
but
little bit
whatever.
younger, yeah, but
Okay.
not by much.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right? Well, it kind of made me really want to, and I've kind of wanted to for a while, but I just haven't found the right ones to do it with yet. But Diz and I are deciding on a couples cosplay, because for the two of us to do, that we can do, like, maybe for PAX, or maybe for Emerald City next year or something.
Sure.
Yeah, we've tried thinking of a few ideas, things like, what was it, Shepherd and Femme Shepherd or stuff like that.
Or Master Chief and Cortana.
Yeah, weird,
Ooh.
Just random ideas. We'll
Hey,
come up with something.
mind out the gutter there, buddy.
No, it's not that.
Diz would
It's-
look sexy as Cortana, I know.
Yeah, there's no denying that. You sexy, sexy beast, you.
Oh god, just the image of a blue jumpsuit, but no head on it. It's just Diz's head. Oh god, Cortana, please shave. Oh, Cortana. Oh, Jesus.
Boy,
Oh,
you've gotten hairier over the years.
oh god, corruption.
File corrupt.
Oh Jesus,
Oh.
AI not found.
Oh no, I had a blast
Error
actually.
404.
I had a blast cosplaying this year. I mean, I dressed up as a Jedi for the first day, and then, which is one of my old costumes from Halloween. But then I also had a full Edward Kenway from Assassin's Creed 4. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's one of those things where just you got to really get into your own character and have fun with it. You don't have to be the character. That's one of those misnomers a lot of people do just because they want to be someone else, but sometimes it's fun to do that. But
I really like the idea of femme shepherd and male shepherd.
yeah, that one was,
You know?
And who are they?
From Mass Effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Shepard, the captain.
yeah,
you have a man or a woman.
Commander Shepard. from
Commander
Mass
Shepard, not
Effect.
Captain Shepard. Thank
Whatever.
you very much. I know that much, even though... Yeah, shut up.
A lot of Mass Effect fans just went, oh, you know. Anyway,
Facepalm.
but yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun there, and the convention itself. Getting back to that, like we were saying with the panelists, the people that are there, there's something for everybody. I mean, going over there, they have not only comic book and the comic book enthusiasts, which is the obvious, it's a Comicon, but then as you said, Wes, they had a writer's block. You are a writer. That's what they had for you. They have artist panels. They have even game panels. They have game designer panels. I actually went to one of the game design panels. They had so much great information there. Actually, one of my favorite ones on the artist side was actually a panel that Carissa and I went to that was over for character design with
with the Disney animator. Yeah.
the Disney animator
With Chris Oakley.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I got to meet afterward, otherwise, and talk to him some more, asking him some questions. And aside from the fact that it was a bustling convention, he was so nice about it, and that's what I really love about these places. The panelists are almost always just so friendly to be able to answer questions for you anytime you have or anytime you want, and it's so great. They're always more than willing to take that extra 5 minutes and say hi. You feel like you're one of them.
Yeah, it's that's one of my favorite parts about a convention is going around to all the people in like the artist alleys and stuff and the exhibitors and stuff. I mean, I got to talk to people like Claire Hummel, Erica Moen, Ryan Fisher. I forget the names, but they're the couple that do Rainbow in the Dark.
Oh yeah, that was
in the Uniques, I believe is the other comic.
Yeah, the Uniques. Yeah.
Oh,
I forget her names. Also, I remember it was a very simple name and easy to remember when you actually have it. But anyway, those two are actually really nice. They've been to Emerald City several years in a row. In fact, they were helping us out when we were doing our webcomic back in the day.
Yeah, they would sit down, they'll have a conversation with you. Every one of them will have a conversation with you, and they're just cool people to talk to. And they never rush you either.
No.
Like, they're never like, don't get out of the way, I'm trying to sell anything or anything like that. They're more than willing to have a conversation, as long as you're not just monopolizing the area and stopping sales actively.
Yeah, like they might say, hold on a second, and then take care of the person that's next to them, and then they'll go right back to the conversation.
Yeah, but they won't shoo you away.
But they won't shoo
like
you
that.
away. They'll be like, hold on one quick second. Here, let me pay, it's like, you wanted to buy this? Sure. Okay, now you were saying? And they go right back to what you were talking about. I love it.
I wish I could say that for all exhibitors, though. I mean, most exhibitors were pretty nice, except, honestly, there's this one exhibitor that bothered me because of this, I don't know what their issue was. So they write this comic called Sorcery 101, which I started reading a little bit because I got a card from last Emerald City, and I had it in my room, and then, in December, I finally took a look at it, because it's why not, right? Emerald City's coming up, and I liked it for the most part. There was this really weird thing, a couple chapters in, they switched artists because the art went down, which is unusual for a comic, for a portion of the way through, to have not as good art as when they started.
Was it a webcomic?
Oh,
No.
Yeah, it is. And
Was
then
it a webcomic?
Yeah, it
Okay.
dipped down, and then a couple chapters later, it went back up to what it was. So I don't know what happened in the middle.
That, I mean, when we were running our webcomic,
But
I
the art
can
was
explain that probably was something to do with, I'm saying when they went down, most likely what had happened was either something to do with their schedules got conflicted, or the person that was doing it started bailing, or just in general, they all had an out.
It was I
falling
think
out.
it was
That kind
a
of stuff
different
happens.
artist, in all honesty, just because of the way the lines were done. I think it was different. But anyway,
Yeah.
the point
Could've easily
is
been.
I liked
Yeah.
your story. It was very interesting. I liked it for the most part. Well, I found them at Emerald City again. I'm like, oh, cool. So I was bringing people over to there, and, I had mentioned it out loud, and I kind of, scoot over to the right, because there's another girl right next to there, kind of looking at her stuff, too. And the girl next to her goes, Sorcery 101? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, that's me. And I'm like, Okay. And so rather than, like, hi, how are you, or anything like that, then she proceeds to shove down my throat everything she's done since then, which is, granted, impressive. She's done, like, 10 other books, which is like, wow, you've been... But, like, other than that, there's no conversation, there's, like, no...
It's all sales
It was
pitch.
all,
sales pitch,
hi, it's just like, hi. It's, like, what her tone she took with the, yeah, that's me, was kind of like, up here kind of tone. It's just like
Basically giving
she tried
you
to sell
her
herself.
resume.
Yeah, she was
Pretty
giving you a
much.
resume. She wasn't really selling very well.
which is just like, I don't know, I might not continue reading your thing, dude, because you're not very pleasant to be around. Now I can understand some of your characters a little bit better.
Yeah,
There's part of me that there's a little part of me that kind of wants to defend her a little bit, because I remember that, and that was on, like, the end of Sunday. So she was probably...
No, that was Saturday afternoon, Derek.
That was Saturday afternoon?
That was
Yeah.
Saturday.
No, that was Sunday when we were just walking around?
Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
well, then there's no defense.
Okay, then never mind. I thought she was just trying to unload as much inventory as she could before she had to leave. And I've been in that mode before.
Yeah, that tends to happen, unfortunately. That is the downside. The Sunday afternoons, Sunday evenings or whatever, it becomes the hard one to really get to talking to people. I mean, it can be, but it depends on the people, because if they're really a lot of them are really trying to offload their inventory because they just do not want to ship it back. It costs them more, and it's just then it would just to discount it, which does get you some good discounts usually.
You get some great discounts on that. I freaking went through the haul on Sunday and bought a bunch of crap.
Yeah, you
I saved
fleeced people on that
I saved
one.
like $30.
Yeah,
Angry
Going on some-
Batman!
Angry freaking Batman.
was
Oh
a good
god. Yeah, some of the things I got in my haul, I got some of Claire Hummel's art books, I got a few comics, Fuse, The Coldest City, stuff like that. But I got, every so often I'll go to a convention, just kind of impulse buy something that catches my eye. And one of them was in Artist Alley, and it was a comic called Angry Batman. And on the front of it is just Batman screaming into the air. You have to... It totally catches your eye, and you're just like, yeah, I gotta read this. And it is one of the funniest things I've read in a long time.
Oh, man.
It just totally deconstructs Batman in the best way. Oh my god, that was so much fun to read. I wish I remember their name. We'll throw it in the description of this video. But, oh my god, that was one of the funniest damn things I found, and one of the best surprises of the con.
Yeah, definitely. What about you? What about you two? Is there anything that you guys really, really loved the most? Or
Well, my favorite interaction by far was when you and I went to go meet John Delancey.
oh yeah,
And I'm going to tell this because this is...
go right ahead.
Yeah. So we're in line to go meet John Delancey, who, if you don't know who he is, he voices Discord in My Little Pony, but he's also very well known as Q from the Star Trek Next Generation series. Definitely look him up. He's a really cool guy. Super fucking tall in person.
Oh,
but
he
anyway,
is very tall.
so, Diz and I are in line, and I actually have my Fluttershy and my Pinkie Pie ponies that I'm going to have signed later on that day by Andrea Libman, who voices both of those ponies on My Little Pony. So I just had them with me, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll go and take a picture with John Delancey with the ponies, too, because he voices a character on My Little Pony, too. Well, Diz that day was wearing his pirate assassin costume, which was really good, really well done.
Can't wait for the win.
Yeah, can't wait for the win. And I kind of had a bunch of crap in my hand, so he was holding Pinkie Pie, my pink pony, and if you didn't know it by the name, and I was holding Fluttershy, and she was like a little yellow and pink pony. Mm-hmm. And, we got up to the line, and we walked through, and literally John Delancey is taking a picture with like two other people. He turns, sees Diz, and goes, wait a minute, I need a picture of you. And I'm like...
Wait, the guest needed a co-op with you?
Hold on. Wait till you hear why.
And I'm like, wait, what? And I turn to look at Diz, who has Pinkie Pie on his head.
I had
Really?
Pinkie Pie sitting on my head.
Really?
And I'm like, oh shit, this is happening. He whips out his iPhone. He's like, this is going in my album of obscurities. And takes a picture of Diz in full pirate assassin costume, With Pinkie Pie on his head.
Pink freaking pony on your head.
Which then, when we actually do the picture together
Like, he was
for
gonna-
the photo, he actually made sure, he was like, no, make sure that's still on your head.
Oh, God.
Like,
That's so cute.
It is, it's so cute.
That's so
And
precious.
what's great is that with, like, he loves his part. He loves playing those characters, and he is such a nice guy, hilarious, too, that when it came down, you were telling me a story one time, Carissa, that when they were coming up with the character of Discord.
oh my god. Okay, so when they were coming up with the character of Discord, Lauren Faust really didn't know how to describe Discord, like, as a character, so she was throwing out all this stuff. He's mischievous, he's
chaos,
he's chaos, all this stuff. And the people, the producers and stuff are like, no, we don't really get it, we don't get it. And finally, at the end of this meeting, it's like an hour and a half meeting or something, and I literally heard this from a commentary from Lauren Faust, so it's from her directly. She said, think Q from Star Trek, and they were like, can we get John Delancey?
Wow.
And that's how he became Discord. And it was the funniest shit.
He said yes. He
When I started saying mischievous and chaos, is like the first thing that came to mind was Q. That's all he
Exactly.
does.
Yeah.
Exactly, and he loves being that character.
Well, at first he didn't even know what the character was. Like,
He just went in, did voices, and
yeah,
just,
and then like 3 months later, his wife was like, "Hey, do you know that you're like this voice on My Little Pony?" And he's like, "What?"
Can we get this guy? Dun dun.
Done. But no, he was really cool. I like squeed like crazy meeting him, and that made my day. Having him want a picture of my fiance with a pony on his head. I thought that was the funniest thing in the
pink
entire
one,
world.
nonetheless.
A pink pony on his head.
Which I had other people, because I was still carrying the pony later too in my backpack, but with her head sticking out because it wouldn't fit all the way. But
It kind of looked like you're holding her hostage,
a
actually.
little bit. There was a couple people. There was some people. Was like, oh no, the assassin got Pinkie Pie, and I'm like, oh no, she's with me.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I'm off to go make an offer that they can't refuse.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
The head
come
of-
on. That
here.
was good.
I give you this offer. The head of this pink pony. Body comes separate.
Every day, new pony.
The weird thing is, though, like, and I'm going to say this right now, if you like My Little Pony and you want these plushies, I got asked so many times at the convention, oh my god, where did you get those plushies? And I'm like, I got them at Build-A-Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Go to fucking Build-A-Bear. They're $25. Do not spend, for the love of God, $500 on a pony that is literally like 3 inches tall that somebody made in their basement and with the same materials or worse materials. Do not support that bullshit. Don't fucking do it. Go to Build-A-Bear. They make really nice fucking
Very good quality
plushies.
ones, yeah.
They're very good quality and they're huge and they're $25. Go and spend it on that.
Yeah, the more the people buy those, the more they're gonna make them.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
please buy more because all they need left is Applejack and Apple Bloom, and I really, really want those.
Well, for now, there's plenty of side characters they can jump in.
Big Mac.
Right.
Yeah, Diz wants Big Mac really bad.
Nope.
But all the ones that you have are
Big-
from Build-A-Bear.
We'll need to show you some My Little Pony so that you
Applejack's like my brother.
So-
I don't even watch the show, and I know Bat.
Yeah.
Bat.
Well,
You know
when it comes
bats?
to when it comes to
Angry!
They had a bunch of like Flutterbat like pictures and stuff, but
Oh, yeah.
that's totally different. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that was like my best part of the convention was John Delancey wanted a picture of my fiance with Pinkie Pie on his head in a pirate outfit, and it was awesome.
And that's another thing too. I mean, I was actually making this point to one of our friends who was cosplaying as well. She actually got she was talking about how a character that she spent more time working on her costume for barely got pictures, whereas one that she put together in 5 seconds got like a ton of people, including vendors, all trying to stop her to get pictures. And it's like,
Which one?
when she wore her assassin
like-
jacket with Silver's ruby cloak.
And then the Plague Doctor mask and the
that's
pirate hat.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she looked like a Marvel. No, I hate that. I spent months on a costume. People are like, oh, that's kind of cool, move on. I spent 1 week putting together a White Mushroom Heartless, and every fucking convention, oh my god, it's a Heartless!
Well, here's
Sweet
the thing.
edits!
I have a theory with that. and I was
If it's
actually
cute,
noticing.
people want it.
Yeah, I have a theory, a hypothesis with this, and honestly, it came actually because of our friend who was dressed up as the Black Suit Spider-Man, and specifically, it's personality. it's more of what you're doing when you are that character. You spend hours and hours on this suit, on this outfit, on this costume, whatever, and then you go to the convention, and honestly, you're not really as excited. You're more like wanting to make sure it's perfect, acting like the character, or doing whatever, and you don't seem as approachable sometimes.
Not me. I don't act like characters because.
Well, no, not just acting like character. I mean, just in general, you are less approachable on those than you are on the ones that you spent 10 minutes because you don't even care about the ones that you're like, I'm just going to run around and have fun.
Well, to be fair, as the mushroom heartless, you look like a mascot. So it's
true.
very easy to approach you. People are programmed to be able to approach you.
Oh, yeah, with Blue, it's the same thing. Blue, for those of you who don't know, is my fursuit. I am a furry. I'm not a fur fag. I don't fuck animals. But I do like the outfits. I think the outfits are really cool. And I do have my own fursuit. And wearing just her, I got people going, oh my god, you're so cute, whatever, because I got asked if I was a Neopet. Which
you look like you're a blue.
I'm just gonna go with it next time. Like, I felt like such a dick. Because, like, she goes, oh my god, are you a Neopet? And I'm like, well, no. And she goes, oh, okay. And she like, walks away.
Wait!
And I'm like, I can be, that's fine. I'm not, like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, like, depress you. Like,
you know, there's always the weird. The cosplayers who when that happens, they're just like, they're like, no, I'm not that. What the hell's wrong with you? I hate that so much.
Well, and
especially when they look like another character.
And that's kind of my issue too. Why I might seem unapproachable, but part of that is apprehension because I do cosplay. Not because I want to be a character, but because I love making costumes. I costume art. Yeah. Unfortunately, when you wear the costumes and people can see your face, then they're going to come over and they're either going to be hyper fanatic, way more than I will ever be, and I'm stuck in this awkward scenario where it's just like, I don't know what you're talking about, I guess, sure, cool, whatever. Or then you get the people who are like super cold, who are just like, oh my god, they're wearing the same dress as me. You know, it's like two-girl, one-dress kind of a thing. And especially because, I'm sorry, it's not even one of those bragging things necessarily. Most of the people that do that are the ones that their costumes are not as high as a quality, I want to say. Like, they didn't spend as much time on it. So it's like, and that's not even their fault necessarily, but then they act like I'm purposely there to steal their thunder. Yeah. Unlike that with the mushrooms, I have this black mask over my face. So I roll my eyes and make faces behind that all I want all day, and no one can see that.
It doesn't matter, because you still look happy and chirpy when you're just moving
around. Like, waving my arms and go, you're such a bitch behind the mask.
I do the same fucking thing in Blue. Like, there'll be people who come up. Blue, for the record, is a maned wolf. She's a specific kind of wolf. That's what she's supposed to be. She's been called a dog, a fox, a pony, a Neopet. You know, I mean, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Yeah, someone asked if she was a pony, and I'm like,
has paws.
With claws too. So it's not. She's not a pony, but whatever. I don't care.
It's a hardcore pony.
I don't know.
I don't care. But behind the mask, I'm like, you're stupid as shit. But she's got a perma smile on her face, so it looks like she's smiling, and she's super cute. So.
All right. I was going to say real fast, going back to when people were suggesting me to be Genma Saotome. See, if I went to a convention such as Comicon or SakuraCon or any kind of convention, nobody would probably recognize who I am unless I brought a sign that says pandas can't talk. Because if
people do that all the time.
Yeah, people do that all the time.
But the thing is,
you'd have to be careful about that with SakuraCon because they banned signs. As far as I know, you're not allowed to bring signs.
Well, I'm just saying because nobody would know that unless one they know the anime.
Yeah.
Because Genma with cold water turns into this gigantic panda who can't talk because pandas can't talk. So that's the only way I'd see anybody being able to recognize if I were to go as him.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing with cosplay, as Silver was mentioning, of being apprehensive and kind of full of anxiety, is express yourself. That's the joys of cosplay: is being able to express yourself, and not caring.
Yeah, if you take nothing else out of this conversation, just enjoy expressing yourself in your costume.
Yeah.
Express your hobby, express your likes, express a little bit of who you are.
Yeah.
Because if they see you having fun with this, everybody else around you
That's true.
and coming up to you is going to enjoy your presence as well.
So that friend, like I said, with that friend that was dressing up as the black suit Spider-Man, that guy got pictures everywhere. There were a million Spider-Mans out there, and to be honest, there were a few that were actually much better than his. Actually, quite a few. But they didn't get nearly as many pictures. And why? Because our friend ran around, and every time he saw somebody with a Spider-Man costume, he was like, "Hey, Spider-Man!" And he'd pick out exactly which version. Or he'd see little kids, and there was a kid who was dressed up as Spider-Man Noir. One of the most, just an obscure comic, and our friend was the first person to actually, spot that and go, "Hey, it's Spider-Man Noir." Every 5 minutes he's running around talking to people.
Okay, granted, this particular friend is a spaz, and he goes like a mile a
very,
minute.
very much a spaz.
Is it who I think?
Oh,
it
it's
is?
exactly who you think.
Okay, yeah,
but
he's still such an awesome.
He's such an
guy.
awesome guy, but because he had such that vibrant personality, everybody he was approachable. People would be more than willing to go to him and say, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" It's awesome.
I mean, how do you think he and I met for the first time? We were talking and we clicked.
Yeah.
It was instant.
Yeah,
exactly.
and he enjoyed what he was doing, and that's the key.
That's what it is.
And see, that's kind of why I like being in blue, because 90% of the time, I just like being in blue because people go, "Oh my god, you're so cute, can I get a picture?" Yeah, sure. But most of it is I like making the kids laugh and smile, because the kids are cute as shit when they're dressed up and stuff, and they want to come up and pet Blue on the nose.
Yeah.
Or pet her on her head. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll play along with the kids, because the kids are adorable.
But, so the only other thing I was going to say with this weekend, I was going to actually see, did you guys want to talk? We had we had a few interesting nights as well, too.
Yeah.
I am the best around, and no one can ever keep me down.
No, I'm the best. You found me last.
Fuck you.
So what they're referring to is, the first night we were there, we actually decided to have a couple beers and play some Cards Against Humanity.
Really? I missed that. God damn it.
Sorry, man.
No, it was
twice.
the second night that was
No, it was the second night that was much
Okay.
more epic. Second
Still, I missed it in general.
night, yeah. First night was
Damn
just kind of that.
How
whole,
many did we say I had? I had like 8.
Yeah, and then 2
What?
drinks.
Damn.
She was
yeah, I know.
trash.
She was trash.
I was pretty gone.
She was a little
lit
stoned.
up.
So what it was is I had
I would have loved that video to see that.
yeah, I had some beers, I had some rum and coke, and I had vodka and Sprite. So we
Cool.
just for people to mix to whatever they want.
Somebody had a heyday with him, apparently.
Yeah, well the vodka's gone.
Gee, I wonder why.
Where'd the vodka go?
Dude, for the record, blueberry vodka is the shit.
Yeah, the UV blue is
It's pretty good.
It's raspberry, by the way. Is the actual flavor.
What the fuck ever. It is the shit.
It is. But what we did was we had some drinks, but aside from getting trashed, which not always recommend unless you have a hotel, which then leads to the fun part where first we played Cards Against Humanity, which was just hilarious because then you get the more interesting combination of cards that are much, much, much less politically correct.
Because when you're
It helps
drunk, you
set the
have
mood.
0.
It helps set the mood. But then, so I take one of our friends out back to her hotel. Originally, when I was leaving to go bring the friend back to the hotel, everyone was going to set up to do drunken charades, which was like, all right, that sounds like hilarity.
But we're
But
sitting there
then-
in the hotel trying to explain to people what charades are, and we're all like, kind of, And before, sorry to take over, but before Diz gets back to the room, Laura randomly blurts out, "Let's play sardines!" And we're like, wait, what? And so, next thing we know, we turn off the lights, and we're like, everybody hide! And so, we designated, someone, I think I was it first. I went to the bathroom and counted to 30, everyone hid in the hotel room, shut off all the lights, and we just played hide-and-go-seek in the dark until 3:30 in the morning.
So I come back.
It was the best.
Yeah, so I come back after their first run. I come back, and they're all, I can hear them whispering on the other side, talking about hiding. I have no idea what the hell's going on. Honestly, I think they're trying to because I know they're drunk, so I think they're trying to surprise or some crap, maybe try to sneak attack or some weird shit.
Funny, it's not even your birthday yet.
Well, they're trying to prank or something. I don't know. But my point is, I'm hearing they're talking about trying to hide. Wait, should we be hiding? I don't know. And there's all this crap going on. And then finally, someone answers the damn door, and they to let me know it's like they're playing hide and seek, and I'm just like, okay, sure. And at first I was apprehensive because I wasn't, hadn't had that many drinks yet. Until I started watching as... I'm sorry, Carissa, you were just hilarious while you were trashing.
I was a ninja, okay? I remember that.
Is that how you remember it?
Yes.
Okay. I remember glimpses, but a lot of them are dark.
That was most of the night.
I remember
think?
glimpses of what happened, and, like, I remember being it, like, a bunch of times, or it felt like I was it, like, all the fucking time, because I could never find a good hiding spot or something. And I
Falling
remember...
asleep on spot.
Okay, I guess that happened, like, once. But...
Nice.
But no, like, I went around the corner, like, the first time that I was it, or it was, maybe it was the first or second time I was it, I don't know. I went around the corner in this hotel room out of getting out of the bathroom, because the bathroom was the designated zone for the person who was it,
Because
to
you
count.
turn on the light, and then when you turn off the light,
It disorients
it
you.
disorients you so much.
So I come around the corner, and I'm like, I'm a ninja.
Which,
No one
by the
can
way,
see me.
this is when I came in, and so she didn't know I was in there yet, even though she probably heard me. I couldn't tell her not, but she was.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, she had no clue I was there. So she was looking for everyone else, and I was standing in a corner. I didn't make a sound. I just stood there. She walked right past me at least 3 times. I just stood there. She found only a couple people, but eventually she turned on the light, and one of our friends was standing right behind her. So when she turned around, she gets scared.
She fell
Because
over.
she was talking about a ghost at the time. So it's like,
Oh,
for some
God!
reason. So our friend was wearing a sheet.
Wait, what?
I don't know the ghost. Okay,
You don't remember the ghost? Like, literally, things
Oh
are
my
falling
God.
over, things fell over, and then people kept talking about the ghosts. You're like, no ghosts! No, they're not, ghosts not allowed! Like, crap like that. And so, when we turn on the lights, you, like, stumble back into the bathroom. I can't remember why. And then the other friend gets the sheet on and follows you. And so when you come out of the bathroom, you just go, ah!
Which then comes the hilarious part. I still haven't moved or made a sound, so she still doesn't know I'm there. Walks around the corner to me, standing there, goes, ah! Just collapses straight to the ground.
Someone's back and falls on her ass. It was great.
I'm so glad none of you have this recorded.
Oh, man.
The only other thing that, like, I do remember, you played the next round, and I think I was it again, and I was looking all over the place for you, and I couldn't find you, and... Like, I found everybody else. Like, I'm like, okay, I think I only had, like, 2 other people left that I had to find. And I found a chair, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit here for a minute. And everybody else started fucking laughing. And I had no idea why anybody was laughing. And I'm just like, I'm just sitting in a chair, guys. You can fuck your face. I'm trying to think of where anybody else could be hiding.
Which, at the time, you're sitting there going, I think I hear Diz. I think I hear him. I know he's here somewhere. Where is he?
You sounded like you were on the other side of the room.
Which...
By the way, so...
The reason everyone was laughing, I was standing on the chair.
She just sat down.
Like, so there's this chair. It's a solid wood chair. I get up and I stand basically I stand on my toes, one of my feet on one armrest, the other on the other armrest, and I'm standing up on my toes so I can pull my feet all the way back. So in case, because I figured she'd come stumbling around and she would feel the chair. And usually when you feel the chair, if you feel the front of the armrest, you move on. So I figured if my feet are on the back of the armrests on my toes, she wouldn't get that far back to notice me. Well, I didn't know she was going to sit down in the chair. So now she's sitting down in the chair, and I'm still standing on these damn armrests. And so she's underneath me, doesn't notice I'm there for at least like 10 minutes. As the people who have already been found are laughing their asses off.
It's still dark, right?
Oh yeah, it's still dark.
Pitch black. I am trying my damnedest to hold it in because if I start laughing, she'll know I'm there. Until she finally just rests back and lays right on my leg and freaks out.
Well, okay, in my head, in my defense, what I thought was, okay, Diz has got to be on the other side of the room, and I was, like, just about to call all y'all can free, so I leaned, and I leaned back, and my mind goes, the chair should be further back than this. Like... there's something wrong. The chair came forward too much, and this chair shouldn't move. So, like, that's my head going, this chair is wrong. Something's wrong with this chair. So that's why I freaked out, because I wasn't sure. Not cool!
Okay. Oh man, that was
fun.
that was a lot
And
of fun.
on that note,
Yeah. So all right. So you know what? Let's wrap this up. We've gone way over our normal time.
But it's so worth it.
It's so worth it. Is there any final
absolutely.
thoughts about the convention or anything you guys want to mention or add?
Emerald City is awesome. Totally go if you get the chance. Don't stay at the Crown Plaza. It's cursed, but that's a story for another time.
Oh, okay.
Stayed at Fairmount
Okay.
Olympic. Totally would recommend it, especially at the con rave where it was like $300 cheaper a night. And also, Emerald City Comicon is great. 10 out of 10. Would nerd again.
BlazBlue out of 10.
What the hell?
Already is that? All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight. You know what? It's been actually a lot of fun kind of going over the Emerald City stuff that we've been doing. It's definitely, as they said, it's a worthwhile convention. And, overall, I'd say, if you ever do want to end up in the Seattle area, or if you ever want to come back to the Seattle area to check it out next year, it's almost every year. It's around the same time, around April. Check it out on their website. We'll put a link down in the description as well. Otherwise, like us, favorite, subscribe. You can check us out on Twitter, or all of our Twitters will be in the description as well. And you guys have a great night.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Good night.
Bye.